So the first word for today is endeavor. So we will check the pronunciation first. It's somewhat difficult.
Endeavor, endeavor,
Endeavor.
endeavor,
Okay, endeavor.
endeavor,
It's considered. This is the pronunciation endeavor. So endeavor means try to do something. Okay, try, attempt. Okay, that is the meaning. Strive. This is the meaning of endeavor. Engineers are endeavoring to locate the source of problem. Once again, engineers are endeavoring to locate the source of the problem. So the engineers are searching, trying to locate the source of the problem. So that is known as endeavor. So let's look at the picture, any pictures, so that we can remember. Tom endeavored to stay awake for 3 days. Endeavor means try hard. So Tom tried to stay awake for 3 days. Okay. So next word is inept. Inept means unskillful. Okay. Or you can, its a synonym is incompetent. Okay, unskillful or inept. So this is the pronunciation. Let's look at the pronunciation. So the pronunciation is inept. And so these are the pictures which shows unskillful, no skills. Okay. So that is known as inept. So this is from the newspaper. The more inept you are, the smarter you think you are. So it's a kind of wrong judgment, right? The more unskillful you are, the smarter you think you are. So I told about the incompetent is the synonym. So the synonym also has been used over here. Okay. So if you want, you can read. So the next word is, so let's read the sentence for unskillful. An inept comment or remark. Okay, an inept comment or remark. He was always rather inept at sport. He or she was always rather inept at sport. Okay, he was criticized for his inept handling of the situation. He was criticized for his ineffective, okay, inept handling of the situation. Dick was socially inept. See, socially inept and uncomfortable in the presence of woman. Inept, socially. So this is the picture of socially inept. See, you can see over here socially inept. Okay. So let's read the remaining. So the noun is ineptitude. Okay. Same meaning only. We can read some more sentence. Political or social or economic ineptitude. So this is the noun. Okay, this is the verb, an inept comment. Okay, once again, so let's read the some noun form also. He was forced from office after a year for ineptitude and corruption. Okay, you couldn't fail to be angry at the sheer means complete waste and gross ineptitude. You couldn't fail to be angry at the sheer waste and gross ineptitude. The problems were public indifference, bureaucratic ineptitude. So here it was political, right? You can even say bureaucratic ineptitude, and corporate incompetence. So this is the incompetent is also the synonym, right? Corporate incompetence. Public indifference. The problems were public indifference, bureaucratic ineptitude, and corporate incompetence. Next word is contemplate. So contemplate means to spend time considering a possible future. Means basically means it's thinking for future. Or you can say to consider one particular thing for a long time in a serious thinking for a long time, thinking about future. So they're thinking for a quite long time. So that is meaning that's known as contemplate. I am contemplating going. So thinking for a long time for the future. I am contemplating going abroad for a year. They were contemplating a move to California. It's too awful to contemplate. It's horrific to contemplate. It's dangerous to contemplate. Okay. So I hope you can see the picture over here. So it's contemplating themselves in the mirror. Okay, think about, consider. Okay, so that is contemplating themselves in the mirror. Fine. So move on. Let's move on. So synonym is muse and ponder. So now look at one of the example of muse. So I began to muse. See, again the same meaning only. To think about something carefully and for a long time. I began to muse about, or you can say muse on. So I began to muse about or on the possibility of starting my own business. Okay. Next word is ponder. Okay. To think carefully about something, especially for a noticeable length of time. So the sentence is, she sat back for a minute to ponder her next think, right? To ponder the next move in the game. She sat back for a minute to ponder her next move in the game. So let's read a newspaper. So, okay, this was about contemplate. China's leader contemplate. See, it's from newspaper, okay? China's leader contemplate reform as NPC begins. NPC means National People's Congress in China. Okay. Now, so this is the word which we studied, muse and ponder, which has the same meanings like contemplate, that means thinking for a long time. Are you investing? Take a minute to ponder. Take a minute to muse. See, this ponder is a good vocabulary. Now, next word is ruminate. Again, ruminate means thinking. So I did this purposefully in the intention that so we can remember. It's not difficult to remember. We can group together all these words with sentence. So ruminate, ponder, then it was muse, contemplate. Everything has similar meaning. Okay, think. Okay. She ruminated for weeks about whether to tell him or not. So we can replace every word here, right? She pondered for weeks about She ruminated for weeks about whether to tell him or not. So let's see anything. Ponder. So this is also one picture related to ponder. While I ponder the meaning of life. So again, ruminate means deep thinking, right? So these are the pictures for ruminate. And from the newspaper, rumination, the danger of dwelling. So dwelling has a different meaning also. It's not only the place where we stay. It's like to think or talk about for a long time. Okay, so for rumination, the danger of dwelling, danger of thinking for a long time. So dwelling has a different meaning also. Rumination means what? It's like thinking, right? So here some sentence are the rumination is the biggest predictor of the most common mental health problems in the country. So dwelling, rumination. So thank you.